We just didn't know it was going to be this hard.
Yes. It's been hard. It's been really hard.
The turnips.
These right here.
And they are looking so good. Purple top turnips.
And they came up, we see.
Yeah, it's 3 in a spot. So these are the turnips. Those are the rutabagas. A few of those, but we're gonna get these washed and cleaned up and see how Miss H likes Ruby Queen beets. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
If you're not growing ground cherries, oh my goodness, it's another one of those that you plant one time.
I'm addicted.
And they will keep coming back on their own every single year.
I can't stop, Mrs. H.
They are good. They are so good.
We don't mean to be eating every time we harvest, y'all see us eating.
They are good. When they fall on the ground, they're ready.
That one was sweet, wasn't it?
It's that pineapple ground cherry.
Okay, so why don't you give them a close-up look at one?
Okay.
Because I can't stop eating.
The ground cherries grow in these little husks, and when they are developed completely, they fall off the plant and onto the ground, and you have that little itty bitty cherry on the inside.
Wow. I tell you, growing your own groceries, sometimes it comes with its benefits.
This is a mixture between Aunt Molly's ground cherry and the pineapple ground cherry. Because it's 2 plants. Actually, it's 3 plants out here. It's 3 plants out here. I think this one is the Aunt Molly's, but I think this one is pineapple over here.
I think I'm getting addicted.
They are so good.
Yeah.
If you haven't gotten your Aunt Molly's ground cherry seed, go ahead and get them. They are so easy to grow. And like I said, when you plant them one time, all you got to do is let some of this, the ground cherries fall to the ground, and they will break down into the soil. And every year in the same spot, they will grow. And if you continue to let the seeds just fall in, wherever you let them fall, they're coming back again.
And they sweet too.
Yeah, they're like Arnold Schwarzenegger
Yeah.
in the Terminator.
Oh,
I'll be
wow.
back. They coming back. One last ground cherry. Finally get all of the little root crops out of the raised beds.
Got them out.
We did.
Yeah.
We harvested some purple top turnips, some golden ball turnip, some Laurentian rutabaga, and some purple top rutabaga. Now, these golden balls right here.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Now, I'm going to be cooking these up for Mr. H to see how well he's going to like these golden ball turnips.
I'm going to try them because
what?
They be so bitter. You know, I mean, you know, like I be wanting to taste, you know, a little sweetness, but, you know, that bitterness, I don't know.
I know.
I don't know about that, y'all.
Don't be afraid.
It's just so bitter, you know?
We're gonna see if you like the flavor of the golden ball turnip over the purple top, okay?
Okay, we're gonna find out about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all know.
And I planted a few ruby queen beets as well. So we'll just test it out. We'll see.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of beets either, so but I want to find out, you know, can they really have a good flavor?
We're gonna see, because neither one of us have been beet fans. So and we actually getting ready to plant some more beets, you all. It's June. So we're gonna go ahead and seed some beets over in the big garden, the smaller garden behind us here. And this bed right here is literally about to be overrun with bird gherkin.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah, so we pull everything out of this bed right when the bird gherkin is growing, because they're gonna blanket this whole bed. And the ground cherries, I'm telling y'all, plant yourself some ground cherries, okay?
Yeah.
Plant them in a raised bed, wherever you want to plant them at, plant them. And just allow some of them to fall to the ground and stay, and let them break down in the soil, and they will be back again, okay?
Yeah,
it'll be like the Terminator.
Yeah, because you know those ground cherries, we couldn't stop eating those ground cherries.
I'll be back.
Yeah,
Hey Grizzly.
We couldn't stop eating those ground cherries.
Buddy. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but anyway, we were able to get everything out of this bed so that the ground cherries can go ahead and flourish, and the bird gherkins can go ahead and take over this raised bed. All right.
Yeah.
So these two crops are the one crops that we do not have to plant year after year.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a good thing, because those ground cherries are so sweet.
They are so good, y'all. Make some ground cherry jam, or just eat them fresh, or put them in a blender and just blend them all up. Listen to me good. Put them in a blender. Blend them up good, just a little bit of water, so they can become like a little slurry. Pour them in an ice tray, put them in the freezer, let them become ice cold, frozen. And then on those hot days when you want some nice refreshing water, get some water in a glass, drop a few of those cubes in there, and oh my goodness, I'm gonna do that for us this year.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for that.
Those are gonna be so good. Make popsicles out of them even.
Yeah.
Okay. Put them in some popsicles. Have some ground cherry popsicles.
And you can.
Oh, that might be better. I think I'm gonna do the popsicles instead.
Yeah, because that pineapple flavor was banging.
Yes. Now I love the pineapple ground cherry, but so we have a pineapple in here and an Aunt Molly's. We do not have the pineapple ground cherry on the seed shop, but we do have the Aunt Molly's ground cherry on the seed shop, and Aunt Molly's is just as good. It's just that the pineapple ground cherry tastes more like pineapple.
Yeah.
Hey, Grizzo.
Yeah, and I love pineapple.
Hey, Ghetto Bear.
And I love,
I know.
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
Let's go ahead and get to it. I wouldn't say it's a problem, but I would say we've been having a hard time.
We just didn't know it was gonna be this hard. We just didn't know it was gonna be this hard.
Yes. It's been hard. It's been really hard.
So, why has it been so hard? And actually, what has been so hard? We have been looking for months, trying to find our family milk cow, our Marybelle, our Jersey milk cow, A2 only, because Mr. H cannot drink that milk that is not A2. He cannot drink an A1 milk because it will not be agreeable to him at all.
It'll mess me up, y'all.
And actually it bothers me a little bit too, but it really bothers him.
Yeah.
So we cannot drink that. So it has to be an A2 Jersey.
Yes.
But
it's been so hard.
That's not the hard part. The hard part is what?
The hard part is grass fed.
Yeah.
We don't want grain fed.
At all. We do not want a grain fed cow.
No, we don't.
With all this land out here, she don't need grain.
Yeah.
And by us being here in the South, she can graze the majority of the year.
Yes.
We're talking about clean till November, you all. She can graze from what, March? Or probably late March.
Yep.
To, or I'll even say April. I'll even say April through November, fully on nothing but grass.
Yes.
From April to November.
Yeah, and then store hay for the winter time.
Yeah.
But that would be so wonderful. But it's been so hard to find a cow that's not grain fed.
I know.
That's in our area.
Oh wait, that's the next part. Well, before we get to that part, let me tell you this. Now, we can find jerseys that are A2, but like Mr. H said, they have been grain fed. Some of them come from dairies, right? And the dairies are just downsizing on some of their cows. And although they may be A2, these cows, if you try to wean them off of the grain to be in grass-fed only, it could cause some medical issues with that cow. At least that's what we have been told by everybody we've consulted about that. Once you start them on grain, it's very difficult to get them off without causing some problems.
Yeah, and I think it'd be a lot. I think it'd be less problems.
Yeah.
Because when you have to go and search for grain, you know how expensive everything is.
Yeah.
And then when they get low on grain, then you gotta, keep buying grain, while you can always just have them grass fed.
That's it.
So, it's a benefit to it.
Yes, it is.
Like Mrs. H was saying, when you grain feed them, you get more milk, but we're not really looking for a lot of milk production,
Yeah. If you get a cow that has been grain fed, primarily the reason that a cow has been grain fed the majority of their life primarily is so that there would be a nice increase in milk production, right? So they're wanting these cows to give them 8, 9, 10 gallons of milk a day even, right? So we don't really need that.
No.
We don't need 8 gallons of milk a day. We don't even need 6 gallons of milk a day, We just need a cow that will give, even if she gave us 4 gallons a day, that would be plenty of milk for me to make our coffee creamer. That would be plenty of fresh milk. That would be plenty of milk to make different cheeses. That would be plenty of milk to kind of save the cream from and make butter and all of that, right? So we don't, and we're talking about that's on a daily. We're talking about 7 days a week.
And that's a lot of milk.
That's a lot of milk.
Just think about it, So you really don't need a grain-fed cow.
No.
It wouldn't really benefit us. But still, I wouldn't want to just be buying grain all the time.
No matter what. No matter what.
Because they switch grain so much, you really can't control that. You don't really know what's in it.
Well, exactly.
So, that's another reason why, grass-fed would be so beneficial to us.
And even if you got an organic type of grain, do you know how expensive that is? We don't want to do that.
And you got to do that for ever.
No, we do not want to. Look, let me show y'all something. This is what we've been doing today. We've been, look, all of this grass here. We've been cutting all of this grass, right?
Yeah.
And this is just everywhere. This is fresh cut grass. And there's no reason why our cow could not benefit from this. And instead of us having to do all this mowing all of this property, we'll give it to her.
Yeah.
And let her take care of it.
Yeah, let her take care of it. And, hey, I think a grass-fed cow would be beneficial, but
healthier too.
Yeah, a lot healthier. But we've been having such a hard time finding one in our area.
Yeah, we see them. We see pure grass-fed jerseys, A2, but they all the way somewhere in Idaho or Yonkers, New York.
Oh man.
Or what was the other place? Idaho or West Texas somewhere, you know.
Man.
It's very rare that we can find one that is close by here in Georgia that is confirmed.
Yeah.
A2 grass-fed only, and has had all of the tests done. You know, we've had somebody to say, well, we have one, but we can't confirm that she's A2. She's grass-fed, but we've never had her tested.
Yeah.
And are you planning to test her? No, we're not planning to test her. Okay, well, we're not gonna buy that one because, you know, we need to know what we're buying.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and like we said, Mr. H cannot handle that A1 milk.
No,
so
I
it
can't.
has to be an A2 jersey.
Yeah.
So with that being said,
Wow.
it's been so hard to find Maribel, and we've been looking. I looked so much until I'm like, okay, I'm not looking today, because it's almost heartbreaking when you think you found the perfect cow. She's beautiful, she's a perfect fit for the homestead, and you're like, yes, I want to get her. Where is she located?
Yeah.
She's in Seattle, Washington.
Seattle, Washington. You got to go all the way across the United States.
All the way across the country.
So
Like, no.
yeah. So I'm pretty sure
Ouch.
somebody down south has A2 jersey that's grass fed.
Yeah.
We just don't know. If y'all know, y'all just hit us up and let us know in the comments
Well,
section.
actually, and then, you know, we had actually considered just, you know what? Let's just buy a heifer. Let's just buy a calf, right? And let's just start from there, and we'll raise her up as, you know, from a little bitty something. We'll raise her on up, and once she's been weaned, that is,
And then,
we'll raise her up only on grass,
yeah.
right? But because we have never owned a cow before, it was recommended that we do not go that route. Because if we are not used to training a cow, halter breaking a cow, and, you know, just, I guess, everything that you need to know.
Yeah.
If you're not used to doing that, it was recommended that you shouldn't start with, you know, a heifer calf. You shouldn't start there if you have no experience. And we have zero
Zero
We've never
experience.
owned
Yeah.
cows.
So this is a new adventure for
It
us.
is new.
But we really, really do want a Jersey cow, and she even got a name for the
We've
cow.
already named it. We named
Before
her.
she even have the cow, she named the cow.
I named this cow over 10 years ago. Probably longer than that. It's probably been 14 years ago when I named her. I named her Maribel 14 years or so ago. It's been a long time. So, where are you, Maribel?
Well, Maribel coming. We just got to keep looking.
Maribel? It's like, where's Waldo? Where's Maribel?
Even if I had to take that drive. But
Oh,
I don't
my
know about no
goodness.
Seattle, though.
No.
But I probably...
And she was beautiful. She had those big, beautiful eyes. You just get lost in them. And she just was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, her bag looked good. She was milking good in all 4 quarters. I mean, she just seemed like the perfect cow.
Yeah.
And I was like, can we get her? Can we get her? I think she was, what, 2,500 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can we get her? Can we get her? Can we get her? You know? And I'm like, and I was on the phone with him actually. And he said, where is she at? I said, I'm gonna have to look and see where she at. I'll let you know. And then when I found out where she was all the way in Washington.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm like, she was meant for me, but she's so far away.
But we're going to find one, Mrs. H.
We're gonna find our Maribel.
We're gonna find our Maribel, and she's gonna be grass fed. And also, Mrs. H has another thing that she has about a cow. She wants the cow with all brown.
Yes, I do want my image of Maribel that has been in my head all of these years is that beautiful golden brown Jersey, right? That's the way that she has been in my head the whole time, right? And so when I'm looking for her, that's what I'm looking for, right? I'm looking for, I guess the most important thing is that she's able to be milked in for all of her quarters, that she's grass fed, Of course, I want her to be a healthy cow. I want her to be halter broke. I want her to be hand milked. I don't want a cow that has only been milked with a machine, because she may not want us touching her bag, right?
Yeah.
So I want a cow that has been hand milked, is used to being hand milked. I don't want her trying to kick me over. Like, what you doing? Right? I don't want that, you know? So those are the key things. But after those key things, those are not bats. They're not out this early.
Wow.
So anyway, those are those key things, right? And then after all of those key components for me, then it's the visual. It's like, what have I envisioned for Maribel all these years?
Yeah. Okay, so if you can just get all of the things except for the solid color, we would do that. We would do it. I'll talk her into it. She ain't got to be solid brown. She can be, have some dark colorations here and there, long as she's grass fed, as long as she's used to being milked, hand milked, right? So, it'd be nice if she was carrying the calf as well. But yeah, we will accept different colors on the cow. Yes, we will. She's not.
So, I don't know, you all. I mean, is it really this hard? Oh, what's all this grass?
Yeah, it's been really hard for us, but I'm pretty sure she's somewhere out there.
But is it this hard? I mean, is that the experience for the majority of people that, because I noticed that, I don't want to just settle for I don't want to settle, for whatever, right? I know, I want to be happy with her, because I'm not looking, okay, let me say it this way. We're not just looking for a cow, okay? We are looking for a family member, all right? We are looking for an addition to our family, because we're gonna love her, you know what I mean? We're gonna love her, we're gonna look after her, she's gonna become a part of our family. We're gonna be taking care of her, and she's gonna be taking care of us, so we are looking for, she's gonna be it. She's gonna be it. She's gonna be the only cow that we have, as long as she's healthy and we're able to take care of her. That's gonna be it. So I don't want to, I guess you could say,
you don't want to settle for
and be unhappy.
To be unhappy, but once you meet her,
I could fall in love with her.
You're gonna fall in love.
I could,
So, like I said earlier, we will be happy for whatever we get.
That's my MO. I do that.
But she really wants a cow to be solid all the way through. I understand that.
Yeah.
But if we can get grass fed, used to being milked.
Yeah. All of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Not 5,000 miles away.
No.
Not thousands of miles away. We
don't want to have to take a boat, train, and a plane.
Yeah. And I always wondered, this is the South. You should be able to get what you want down here.
Right? I know.
But why all the jerseys are way in the Midwest?
They are so far away.
Way in Texas.
Come on.
Seattle.
Yonkers, New York.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
and all the ones in Georgia are grain fed. Why is that?
Yeah, that has been the issue. They have been grain fed. We have all of this grass out here. We seeded the hay field or the pasture for her. We have to start working on our barn, right?
Yeah.
The barn is going up. We finally made a decision on the design, we're going to keep it simple.
Yeah.
Because we just need a place for her to get out of the weather, and we want to bring her in every evening so we can look after her. We don't want her out on pasture somewhere at 1 o'clock in the morning and something could be coming at her, right? We don't want that. We want to keep her secure every night, and I'm okay with bringing her in every evening and letting her out after milking every single morning. So I'm okay with all of that, right? Mr. H is okay with bringing her in out of the pasture every evening.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, so we're good on that. You know, we have enough acreage here to take good care of her to where she would not need grain.
Yeah.
And that she can just be 100% grass fed. And during the winter months, you know, now that's one thing I'll tell you. Around here, there's no shortage of hay. Everybody and their mama producing hay around us, right?
Yeah.
So we can always buy enough hay to last her for those 4 months during the winter when she may not be able to graze.
Yeah.
And we're perfectly fine with that. And that's really not even a lot of hay for one cow.
Yeah.
But because we learned that they are creatures that love, what's that word? You know, they like to be together.
Yeah.
They do not like to be alone, like goats. So
we gotta have more than one.
Yeah.
Just two. Just starting out with two. You know.
Yeah, hopefully she'll be bred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, you know, that'd be great, you know.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect for our homestead.
It really would be.
Yeah, it would be.
Now the dilemma would be, what if she's bred and she has a bull? Then what would we do?
Yeah.
Would we turn him into, I don't know if I would want to do that. So we probably just end up having to get rid of him.
Yeah, we'll probably have to sell him.
Yeah.
And then, you know.
Some people raise them for beef.
Yeah, we have to sell him and then see, can we purchase another female?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Something like that, you know. But they said it's a good idea to have more than one cow. And so we do want to build a barn that's going to be big enough for 2 cows, big enough to store hay, and big enough to have a milking area.
Yeah.
You know, and if you remember, we came across all of that lumber that literally we got for pennies on the dollar. So we don't have to spend any money out of pocket building this barn. We did buy some 4x4 by was it 10 or 12? Was it? I think it was 12. 4x4 by 12s.
Yeah.
To be our corners, because we did want to have, you know, brand new wood for the for the corners to make sure it's strong, right?
Yeah.
So but for the most part, we have everything that we need to get started building our barn. We just can't find Maribel. Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure somebody in the comment section probably knows somebody that knows somebody that can help us find a grass-fed,
can point us in the right direction.
Jersey cow.
But trust me, we're gonna be patient.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting to the point now where it's getting really hot, so we're gonna be very, very patient, and hopefully, I'll say around, hopefully around August, September, we'll be able to secure a Jersey.
Yeah.
And hopefully she'll be bred, but not expecting until March or April, because we do not want to have a cow calving in the dead of winter here on the homestead. Yeah. We would much rather it be in the spring, right?
Yeah.
Just simply because we're new. We don't know anything about it. You know, we know that there's a thing with milk fever, but from my understanding, milk fever is more common in grain-fed cows than they are in grass-fed cows. So y'all can kind of elaborate on that in the comment section.
Yeah.
All right. So we had to get in the shade.
Yeah.
The sun is setting. It's going down. Guineas are over there talking.
Yes, they are. But like I say, you know, we will be thankful for what we get. But Mrs. H has a picture of Maribel, all brown, grass-fed. All brown, grass-fed, hand milk.
Yes. So I'm not going to be worried about the cost of a milking machine. And to be honest with you, I think it'll be better for us to have that connection with our cow anyway by hand milking her.
Yeah.
She's going to be the only one we have. So,
Yeah.
I mean, by the time we get through cleaning that machine, I could have done milked her 10 times probably, you know?
Yeah.
Because you got to clean those machines thoroughly before you milk again, or else you can end up making your family sick, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not even going to be dealing with that.
So we're going to do it the old-fashioned way.
We're going old school. Mm-hmm.
We're going old school.
We old school on it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, y'all, I think that's going to do it. We just didn't think it was going to be this hard. We just knew that when we actually was ready to get our jersey, that bam, we was going to find her just like that, right?
Yeah.
And we have it.
Yeah. And this is our first time, I guess you can say, first opportunity of getting a big animal on the homestead.
Yeah, we've never had an animal that large here.
No, we haven't.
We actually started with the Nigerian dwarf goats. I wanted to start small, and I did start small. And I was trying to milk Nina by hand, but because her little teats were so small, I couldn't grip them. So I bought this little bitty machine for her. And even that wasn't helpful. We just couldn't get milk from her.
Yeah.
We was getting less than a pint
Yeah.
from Nina every day when we should have been getting like a quart,
Yeah.
right? So, but in any case, I got comfortable with the milking process.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're just moving on to a larger animal. So I definitely need not just a milking stanchion, but a space that's big enough for her to go in and come out of easily. Give me room too, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I must say, I'm excited.
Me too.
You know, for this challenge, to find the perfect cow for our homestead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, y'all. You know?
Maribel, where are you?
She's coming, babe. She's coming. She's coming. Yes, she's coming.
Yeah. But y'all, that's gonna do it. We're gonna get these turnips and rutabagas rinsed off and the beets, and we're gonna get them in the house. All of these little bugs are coming up out of the grass now, and they are so annoying.
Yeah.
Right? So we're gonna go ahead and call it a day. Y'all post in the comment section below, is it really this difficult, you know, or gosh, are we just looking in the wrong places? I don't know.
Yeah. So let us know, y'all.
Let us know what you think, you all. That's gonna do it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. How does she get out? Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that we upload to our channel. She was never in there.
No, she was.
So thank y'all so much for watching Homestead Heart. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. Yes, yes, y'all.
To each and every one of you, and we will see you all in the next video. And remember, get those turnip seeds, rutabaga seeds. They are on our seed shop. It is just about time to start planting those again in the fall here in just the next month and a half in our zone 8, 8A, 8B. It'll be time to get those babies planted in the ground starting late July, okay, early August.
And also those ground cherries that were so delicious.
Ooh, those ground cherries are so good.
Yeah.
I love them.
And they keep coming back.
Yeah, they keep coming back every single year. But thank y'all for watching Homestead Heart. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Grow your groceries.
Grow your groceries, y'all.